Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
How are you, sir?
All well, all well. How are you?
I am good too. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for coming live with us.
Anytime at your service.
I'm sure you must be busy,
For
but still
Preeti
you do
Prajakta
also.
and you anytime at your service.
That's really sweet to hear that you included us. And yeah, Dr. Preeti ma'am, Prajakta ma'am, they adore you a lot, sir. I've heard a lot of good stories about
It is
you.
like we are childhood friends.
Yes, yes. So really nice, and the more we get to hear you, the more we are desperate to hear from you actually.
True.
Thank you, sir. I just want to give a brief. So sir had done conception to birth remedies last year, where he covered rows 1 and 2 of the periodic table. And this year he is going to continue from where we left. So we are going to continue the mineral journey along, and we will be exploring rows 3 and 4. Dr. Shekhar is one among the masters in deciphering the periodic table, the columns and the rows. I think he's the best person to do this series with us now. So I have some questions for you pertaining to the mineral kingdom. So shall we begin?
Yes.
Okay. So let's start on the basic questions. So as a beginner, how does one identify a mineral kingdom patient?
Well, in one's lifespan, one requires help. In general, anybody, we need help in various fields, various aspects, various situations, various areas of one's life. That's okay, fine. Needing a help is okay. As we all know, that one is not absolutely born perfect. But having said that, for a mineral person, this very help comes along with the idea of dependence. One can see the concept of leaning onto the other person. And therefore, it is because of their own incompetency about one's own self, one's own capacity, one's own ability in doing that. Now, it could be the other way around also. One is already competent enough and living one's own life at various different situations. But there are certain factors associated with it. There are people who are dependent on this competent person. For example, it could be a spouse. For example, it could be an adult child at home, son or a daughter, or it could be a sibling for that matter, where the feeling is that of being sapped out of energy, sapped out of material, sapped out of love, whatever it could be, various factors, and therefore eventually becoming weak. These are the qualities of the mineral type of people. So we understand whether there is this particular idea that I am incompetent, and therefore with this incompetence, I'm dependent on somebody else. Or I'm competent enough, but there are people who are dependent on me and sapping me out of energy, out of love, out of material things like money, like house, whatever it could be. These are the qualities that we are seeing in the mineral world. And for the beginners, this is what we need to understand, that whether this is an incompetent person and needs somebody else's support, or whether this is a competent person and somebody else is taking the support from these people and just sucking out whatever material or love or maybe anything for that matter from this person. This is how we understand the mineral
world. Okay, thank you, sir. So what are the words that they will be coming up with?
The idea is about the need for support. I need to cling on to. I'm not capable enough. I'm not having that ability for that matter, or I'm lacking somewhere. I'm losing something, or I have the ability, but how long can I provide this to this person? He is such a grown-up person, 24, 25 years, and he's not working. He expects me to provide him the funding. He expects me to provide him the shelter. He expects me to provide him the finances. So either I am providing or I need the provision. In this words of ability, capability, competent, incompetent, these are the ways how, or I am crippled, I am handicapped, I am lacking, I am losing. These are the type of words that they will use.
Okay, thank you, sir. So periodic table we all have studied in our chemistry class. I was never fond of memorizing the elements, but from an homeopathic perspective, so how complicated or how easy it is to know the periodic table?
Very good question. We all have studied this periodic table right from our school days, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 standard. And we have understood the concept of rows and columns for that matter. Right? And they have this parameter, certain parameter as far as homeopathic understanding is concerned. And what are these parameters? It is designed in a way of human evolution. From the concept of being, that is simply existing as in hydrogen in the row 1, to that of the fetal development as far as the row 2 is concerned, where lithium, beryllium, boron, and all these remedies are there. And so on. With the row 3 also, if you go to understand, there is this idea of an infant state where one is being nourished, loved, further progressing into the need for being attended to. That please attend to me. I need your love. I need your care. I need your nourishment. I need all these protection in the form that I now slowly, gradually evolve into becoming an adult or adolescent phase. So therefore, the row 3 will give you these ideas like natrium, magnesium, aluminum, all these people, where they lead this particular idea of relationship, the idea of love, care, the idea of being nourished, so that I grow up into a proper, healthy individual. When we go further into the row 4, this progresses further from the row 4, the idea where we see Kalis, where we see Calcareas, where one is now becoming into an adult person and needs to work, earn their livelihood, and stay healthy. This is the concept of the row 4. So where you require money, where you require a home to establish, where you require a proper job. So the idea of being stable in terms of one's individual development as far as the job is concerned, as far as the finances are concerned, that is what the row 4 people will look at. When that is already established now, they evolve further in the row 5 to the likes of rubidium, strontium, etc., where now this evolved person is going into one step further. And it is not simply about working like that of the row 4. Somewhere they feel that there is no growth in simply working. So they are now at a stage where they are looking for opportunities to be innovative, to be inventive, to be imaginative, to be innovational ideas that are there, to be ingenious. When we travel down further to the row 6, then we see this idea from creativity of the row 5. We see this idea of the people where they are now developed for still further, the idea of leadership, the idea of taking up the responsibility qualities. So this understanding of relation of human evolution to that of looking into the periodic table in a series pattern from row 1 to row 2, row 2 to row 3, row 3 to row 4, row 4 to row 5, the development is more and more as and how we go down the rows. And the column gives us the idea how much is this development happening in their respective columns, from the first column to the 18th column, and how they are developed and how they are evolving themselves as far as the development is concerned, growing up the ladder from the from the column 1 to the column 8, 9, 10, and then slowly deteriorating from the column 10 onwards down to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to 18. This is the idea of the rows and columns, and this particular concept of going with the periodic table and understanding each element to that of how our Materia Medica speaks is fabulous. And once this concept becomes clear, understanding each remedies from the mineral world is now an easy understanding, because this roadmap of the periodic table gives us the essence how and where should I look for. If I have to look for the mineral remedy in the periodic table, where does this person who I'm encountering stands as far as the periodic table is concerned? Is it that this person is talking about row 2? Is it this the person is talking about row 3? Or is it this person is talking about row 4, 5, or 6? Where am I seeing become very easy, rather than simply taking the case and thinking that, oh, it is about this particular idea about whether am I seeing for, oh, is it calcareum, or is it natrum, or is it lithium? What it is. This is the basic concept of understanding the periodic table and understanding our mineral remedies.
Wonderful. It's very difficult, but still very easy, sir.
See, the idea is, that's the reason why I always tell, attend the webinars, attend the seminars, attend lectures whenever possible, so that you are abreast and updated with everything and the newer concepts that are coming up. See, we think, oh, I am going to lose 2 days of my practice if I'm going to attend that workshop, or if I'm going to attend that seminar. But remember, my dear friends, it's an investment. You are not wasting anything. In fact, you are updating yourself. And homeopathy is vastly developing with a rocket pace. We need to update ourselves. Otherwise, we are lost into our own world, and results from the patients, you get to know, failure after failure is the indication that there is something going wrong. And what is that something going wrong? I need to attend these various seminars, webinars, whatever. Grab it all whenever opportunity comes.
Very true, sir. So moving ahead, sir. So you were saying that all the rows are connected to each other. So in a way, say the last remedy of row 2 will have some connection with the first remedy of row 3. Correct? Some examples, so you can tell us where we can understand these remedies in connection to each other.
Now you see, where fluorine ends at the row 2 is the beginning of natrum. Now fluorine says, I need to separate from you, the mother, because now I'm a separate identity. I'm a separate individual entity. I'm not the same as what you are. And therefore, the idea is for the natrum is establishing one's own individual identity. Because in the row 2, the whole idea is to be within the womb. The whole idea is to be connected, to be inside the womb. And I'm safe, cozy over there. I'm protected. I'm taken care of. I don't have to ask anything. If I'm hungry, I don't have to ask. I don't even need to tell, or I didn't even need to know. It is being provided automatically. But here at the row 3 now, I need to address this as I am a separate identity. I have got my individual choices. I have got my individual needs. I have got my individual requirements. And therefore, the idea of making oneself feel that please attend to me. I am there as a separate individual identity. Individual choices are there. So please take care of me. Please nourish me. Please love me. So this I and you begins from the row 3. What I mean, I and you means I as natrum need you. I as natrum require your love. I as natrum require your affection. I as natrum require a nourishment from you. So please do this for me. Whereas in the row 2, the whole idea is this you being the cover. It is something that the I is dormantly staying over there and receiving everything without even asking, without even putting any efforts. So it's a continuation from fluorine, where you cut me, you separate me, and then you are a separate entity. I'm a separate entity from the natrum onwards. So this is how the connection is established.
Beautiful, sir. Really nice. So, sir, you're going to do row 3 and 4 with us now in August.
Yes.
Very soon. So can you tell us some common themes that we should look out for in row 3 and row 4?
The common theme that you can see is the idea of acknowledgement. Row 3 will also tell acknowledge me. Row 4 will also tell acknowledge me. But where is that acknowledgement? Row three's acknowledgement is of identity, that I am also an entity in the family. I am also the member of this family. So please acknowledge me. Please see that I am also existing over here. Whereas the acknowledgement for row four is in the area of work, in the area of relationships, in the area of his job where he is working, in the area of society as such for that matter. So their acknowledgement is, I have done a job. Please acknowledge it, that what nicely you have done, or how meticulously you have done, or how perfectly you have done. So the row four's acknowledgement comes in the sphere of work, comes in the sphere of finances, comes in the sphere of their responsibility towards the family. That needs to be acknowledged. Again, if you go to see the idea of appreciation, row three also needs appreciation, row four also needs appreciation. But the appreciation for row three is that how good do I look? How presentable I look? Look at my clothes. Look at my this color of my of the dress that I am wearing. Look at the makeup that I have done. Look at the hairstyle that I have done. So it's all about looks. If one of the example if I have to give. But row four's appreciation is how good the work I have done, how meticulously the work I have done. Am I appreciated for the work I have done? So this is the type of the commonality, the theme that will come in terms of acknowledgement, in terms of appreciation, in terms of concept of choice for that matter, where the row three's choice will be about, for example, food for that matter. Which one should I look for? Am I wanting pizza? Am I wanting burger? What is good for me? Oh, I like this. I like that. So the choice of food for that matter, the choice of clothing for that matter, the choice of combination of dresses that I'm going to wear is something that the row three will look for. Whereas the row four will look for the choice as far as which job should I take, which job should I pick up, where there is scope for me for growth, where there is going to be the what you call it as, promotions are there. So the concept of choice for row four is in terms of the job, the financial status, where do I jump from here, which other company should I go for. So the row four's concept of choice is all about financial, job material, and all these things. Row three's concept of choice is food, the look, the color, the dress material, that sort of choices. So, and another idea is the opinion of others. The row three will also have an opinion of others in terms of how do I look? Mama, how do I look? Dada, how do I look? Brother, am I looking good? Is this color matching? Do you see there is some change in my hearing? So there is this idea of opinion of others in terms of looks that is important for the row three. Whereas opinion of others for row four is how good the job did I do? Am I worthy to receive what I have done at the end of the day? What am I getting salary in terms of the work that I'm doing? So the opinion for the row four is how good was the work? How good was my job? How good was my efforts that I've taken in order to see to it that my child is getting proper education. The child is getting proper attention as far as his or her upbringing is concerned. This is what row fours will be the idea of. So there is this idea about so many things: acknowledgement, appreciation, concept of choice, opinion of others, to be an outstanding person. The row three will look also to be an outstanding person. How good am I looking? Row four's outstanding is how my appraisals in my workplace is there. So these are some of the common themes that run as far as commonalities row three and row four is concerned. Where to ask, what to ask, when to ask, to see the difference. Is it this commonality that is coming up from row three, or is it the commonality of this particular theme that is there, which is coming from row four? So I need to see acknowledgement in row three or row four, appreciation in row three or row four, concept of choice in row three or row four, opinion of others in row three or row four. Am I outstanding? Is it row three's outstanding that the person is looking for, or is it row four? This is what we have to see, even though they look common, whether it is the concept of row three or it's the concept of row four.
Okay, so just a minute, there's some recording issue. Yeah. Okay, beautifully you have explained and differentiated, sir. I think it was a good trailer for the big picture that is going to come up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh, so in row 3, we have certain minerals. In row 4, we have certain minerals. In row 1 and 2. But if there's a combination that we have to prescribe, it becomes a little difficult. Like say calcarea floor or calcarea sulfur. So how do we go about that? So with two different rows or same row and different columns, how do we go about identifying
Yes,
that?
very good question, because basically a lot of people have this problem about salt understanding. Now, if you see, for example, if you see calcarea fluor or calcarea sulfur or calcarea car, where one element is from the row 4 and the other element comes from the row 2 or row 3 for that matter, then the idea is it's a combo pack of the two row concept coming together, and you try to understand what is happening. What I call it as the dance of cations and anions, because calcarea, kali, magnesium, natrum, these are the cations. And if you see the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, all these halogens are the ones that are anions, and they are having their own specific charges. The cation is having a positive charge, the anion has the negative charge. And here what do we see is the positively charged cation clings on, hangs on, roots on to this particular anion for its stability. And therefore, this cation, the positive charge, comes with this idea from the chemistry point of view, is giving the electron one extra electron, that is, there are two extra electrons that they have, which is making them unstable. They give that electron in order to be stable. Whereas the anion, which is a negative charged ion, is the one who receives that one electron or two electrons in order to become stable. So if you see, the cations cling on, hang on, whereas the anion has this idea of somewhat, if you see the halogens, the idea of that I am negative towards the relationship. I am negative towards the aspects of various aspects of life, because I feel betrayed, because I feel backstabbed, because I feel that this person is going to put me into a drain. So that is the combination of one side the clinging and the other side the aspect of being backstabbed or being betrayed. So if you see, for example, let us take, for example, calcarea sulfur for that matter. You'll see in this particular remedy, there is the quality of a needing for stability from the calcarea aspect. The calcarea part will look for something that is need for stability. And at the same time, you'll see the tinge of sulfur coming into this aspect, the element of ego and the element of appreciation that the sulfur is giving you this idea. So one will see the combination of these two coming together, and the combined effect is that there is this aspect of not being appreciated at the place where I'm looking for security. The place where I'm looking for stability and security, in that same place, I'm not appreciated. So whatever I do, I'm not appreciated. So not being appreciated is an aspect of sulfur. And then a place of security and stability that I am in is the aspect of calcarea. So calcarea sulfur will give you this combined effect in this aspect, giving us the idea that I'm constantly looking for or making an effort to gain that appreciation at a place where I am seeking security. So that is the idea, that calcarea sulfur feels that I am not appreciated, sulfur part, at a place where I am seeking for security. At a place of my security, I'm not being appreciated. So place of security is calcarea, and not being appreciated is sulfur. So the combined effect is of calcarea sulfur, that it is not appreciated at the place of security. This is how we will see these two elements from different rows, and the aspect of what is the person trying to tell, and how is it matching with the cation and the anion aspect that forms the salt over there.
Thank you, sir. Very well understood. I think homeopathy is an art and science in its true sense.
Very true.
We have to be creative in prescribing and
Correct.
very artful as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks.
Anything else that you would like to tell our viewers, sir?
See, the one thing that I would really, really want to give, and I always tell this to everybody, anytime, wherever it's webinar, seminar, that one should understand the concepts of every remedy from the various kingdoms that the remedies come from. Where does this come from? What is the essence of this particular thing? If it is for the plant, for that matter, the basic idea is the plants contain alkaloids, and that is the active principle that we are looking for in the leaves or in the bark or in the seeds or in the flowers that we triturate to prepare the remedy. So why is it? Because the alkaloid has an effect on the human being at a neurotransmitter level junction, and that is what it causes all the alteration. Either they are neuroinhibitors or they are neurostimulators or enhancers, and that is the way how our materia medica is formed. Similarly, if you see the mineral world, it is from this concept of row and column, the idea of the chemical and the physical properties of that particular element. Whether it's a cation, what does it do? Whether it's an anion, what does it do? If there's a combo of anion and cation, how does it look for? If it is the alchemic metals for that matter, like that of cuprum metallicum, zincum metallicum, argentum metallicum, or aurum metallicum for that matter, how does this metal actually show us the quality? The idea about that they are ductile and malleable, the idea that there is a strong, sure border, the idea that there is a shine and glow. This will be the quality of the physical level and as far as the person from the metal group that they will come from. So every element that comes has got its own quality. Similarly, we go to see for that matter from the animal world. If it is snakes for that matter, what is the thing that has been there as far as the snake's defense mechanism? Is the venom. So what is the remedy that is proved from is the venom of that particular snake. So whether it's a neurotoxic venom or whether it's a hemotoxic venom, that will be the materia medica that will form from that particular venom of that particular reptile. If it is lack remedies, it is the milk that matters, because without the milk, there is no further generation for that particular mammal. So it is the milk qualities that is essential for the understanding of the lack remedies. Like that, various different kingdom remedies we can only understand through the quality of that substance from where it comes from in nature. And another important thing that I would give an advice to everybody, please regularly keep attending seminars, workshops, lectures, webinars, and whatever, whenever possible, as per your convenience, but keep yourself updated in the recent development of our science. Only then we can be in par, because ultimately, it is the Saraswati that is important to get the Lakshmi, because one is learning and then only we can earn.
Perfectly said, sir. I think your final concluding words are really very important, and we need to think about all this, the plants, the animals. Knowing the source qualities is so important. That is what you said. Yes. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your wisdom and giving us an overview of the mineral kingdom in less than 30 minutes, I think. I think those who are going to watch this even after the live will definitely will love your explanation on the mineral kingdom and will try to.
And row 3, row 4 will be a really fascinating world, because this is the world that we Indians are always dying with. Relationships of the row 3 and the money. When will I set up my practice and when will I be stable? So therefore, row 3 and row 4 is very, very closely associated with our part of the world.
Yeah, it's like a bread and butter.
Very true. And many of the remedies come from these particular 2 rows itself, and we commonly prescribe. So therefore, I would really request, or not even request, I'll really advise people to join in for this thing and share in your inputs also in this upcoming row 3, row 4 webinar that is coming up.
Yeah, for those who have joined us in this live session or will be watching this live, I would just like to tell you all that sir will be doing, continuing the mineral journey, that is rows 3 and 4, starting from August 2nd. And the early bird ends tomorrow. So 1st July is the date of the early bird. So hurry up, those who are interested, you can take the benefit of the early bird offer as soon as possible. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your time, your valuable knowledge to us. Really appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks a million, and thanks to the dear friend colleague, well-wisher Dr. Preeti and Project also for giving this opportunity to be here at the stage and share a few ideas with all of you, and not forgetting you also, my dear, for coordinating this particular talk as far as understanding what we are going to come up with. So thank you all, my dear friends, well-wishers, and happy learning. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.